Hello, people. Welcome to Cadence Radio. This is Woomaloo. It is, almost midnight. So, June 21st. Happy Father's Day. To me, I'm a father too, and happy Father's Day to everybody else. Uh, all the other fathers around the world. So I hope you guys watched the rally. I missed it. I was just watching a little bit of highlights. First rally in over 6, 7 months, I think, because of the COVID bullshit. Bullshit. I call it bullshit every time, and I'll call it bullshit again. So, um, I guess there was a lot of people coming to this rally. As usual, Trump always fills the house, but also, um, there was Black Lives Matter protesters there. I don't know why. I have no clue why they're there, but it's beginning to actually come to fruition that these events are for Trump to not get reelected. I'll tell you a little bit of the Black Lives Matter movement. I think it has been coordinated by a second party here. It was coming from a good grassroots. The real founder of that Black Lives movement, they said there was three ladies, but it wasn't three ladies. It was. Let me just get my phone out here. I forget his name. I think it's Ray, but let me go in. They probably erased everything here. But a long story short here for the Black Lives Matter movement, the guy he was straight from Ferguson. He was making this movement to raise awareness of course, police brutality and also problems within his community. He had a good grassroots movement that were pushing for reform in the Ferguson, and I tell them that's Ferguson, Minnesota, I think, which is probably one of the most corrupt police forces in the country. That's why you got murders, and I guess these guys are mafias, trafficking. They do everything. So he was going for the reform, but his movement got taken over. But let me just see if I can bring up this guy's name. And like I said, he did get murdered. He was caught in a burning car. If you guys know anything about that, let me just put it in here. Real BLM founder. And I bet you they won't have anything on there. It's Google. They took this guy out. Yeah, they don't have the founders. They don't even have his name on there. Yeah, he's not on there. I wish I would know what his name was, but he was the real guy who who did bring it out. And yeah, you're not gonna find him. But they say it was three girls, but it wasn't three ladies. Um, so he was gonna call him out. His movement got taken over by the three ladies, and he was gonna call him out because they were getting funded by a foreign actor, and everybody knows this guy George Soros, and he coordinated Black Lives Matter, and he also funds Antifa. So when they coordinated that one, basically, um, they're just the right hand of Antifa. Straight up, they're terrorist groups, terrorist people. That's why you see a lot of burning and looting, a lot of statues getting taken down. If you people knew the history of most of the statues, yeah, you'd know. But yeah, he was gonna throw the lid off of it, but all of a sudden he got shot and burnt in his car. If you look at Google, look at anywhere else, you're not gonna find it. You really have to hunt for it. I wish I had it, but these guys are just scammers. They talk about Black Lives Matter and talk about this movement, but it's only convenient to them when something happens with police brutality. But they are very quiet when hundreds of young black men are being slaughtered in Chicago, Baltimore. You don't see them protest or organize or whatever it is. It's only when something happens, police brutality. And that's really irks me about what the Black Lives Matter movement is, because is it really a movement, or is it something else? I see a lot of people. I'm in Calgary. I see a lot of people who are marching for that. Like I said, it's a good cause, but you guys got to know what you guys are marching for. And hopefully, if you do your research on this, you'd be disgusted of how this movement is getting courted by other foreign actors. My whole thing is, why are they at a Trump rally? What is the meaning of that? It's just showing the true colors. They don't want this guy to be reelected. Why are they throwing down statues and stuff? This is what ISIS was doing when Iraq fell. They went in and they took down all the monuments and stuff. So what do you think's happening over here? It's just the same tactics. And people just gotta know, this looting and rioting is, I think, shameful, because you're burning your community down. But I know for a fact, and it's all over news, but these actors, they're not even from that community. They've been bussed in, who knows how, spray painted, and most of them are not black. Most of them are white suburban kids with nothing else to do, will get bussed in, probably get paid to just wreak some havoc. There was this video of a guy running around paying people on the street, saying that just go out, break windows and stuff. And there was also a cop who got filmed there too, smashing up stuff in Minneapolis when this happened. So this movement, was coordinated, was taken over for Sinister. It's just a political game, and it's very sad, because the Black Lives Matter movement would have been something very special if it kept its course. So these guys, they're just, lo and behold, they're just animals, straight up. There are some good people in there, but the people who are protesting peacefully are overshadowed by these people, because they're integrated within the peaceful protests, and they're just making that whole scene not even worthy, while the other peaceful guys are trying to do what they're doing. That message is never going to win in a Western society where people vote, where there's freedom or choice and all that. You just can't come and ride on anybody's turf and smash people's community and stuff. That doesn't work. You got to go into the court system. You got to sit down with the judges. You got to sit down with the police force and basically grieve out whatever it is with a whole group. A whole community comes, knocks on their doors, and basically you sit at the table and you negotiate, not even negotiate, just basically air out those differences and get that reform ready. That's how change is made in a democratic society. It's not made by rioting. It's not made by all of a sudden throwing and looting and burning stuff up. Because basically what it's telling people at the table, it's like they can't work with animals, right? So hopefully it steers the course and we do get a good police reform going for everybody, you know. And also, number two, the biggest thing I think is getting those communities to prosper. Because if you have a prospering community, you will be and working people, educated people, you know, and resources for them to do that, then you will see a change. Not burning, not fighting police, not doing all this stuff. Like I said, there's a whole lot of police, there's a whole bunch of assholes who are police too, right? Yeah, like I said, yeah, I'm black. I have ran into a couple of instances, you know, but the good thing I want to do, I had a conversation with one of my good friends yesterday about this, you know, and the sides are split. But both of the arguments are justified. But the biggest thing is trying to come into the middle and find a solution. And the solution is, who knows what the solution is. But just don't look at one side and think that's what it's going to be. You know, if people really want to make change, you go in the community, you sit down, you plan it out, and then you just strategize that way. You know, vote whoever you want to vote for. Whoever's in there, vote them out. Try to do it that way, because that's how the democratic society works. It's easy to tell you the truth. It's easy to burn and riot and all that. That's the easy stuff, you know. You go in, cause some shit and stuff. That's actually the easy stuff and the easy way out, because nothing is going to get done. So after you burn down your communities, now you got to rebuild them. That's going to take time. Well, you try to strategize something else to change laws and reform. Everybody, now you just piled on another problem on top of another problem. So whoever's marching and stuff, it's not a one day event. You know, if I see people who are marching here, it's not one day you just get up and start marching. You know, this is a full-time job, with a lot of hours, lots of networking, and a lot of hours. It's not an Instagram moment. It's not the moment of the fad just to walk out, march out, yell out Black Lives Matter, and have your sign up. That's just the minuscule way. That's just like a drop in the bucket right there. There's a lot way to go, and hopefully those people who did march learn that, and hopefully they can try and dissolve some change around the city, and it just gets down to a lot of work. I commend them for marching, but like I said, that's not even half the time you can do that. That's not even half the work. Half the work's not done for that. So, yeah, if you guys know what's happening in the States right now, Canada, we're a little bit I'd say we're a little bit nonchalant up here. You know, we run for a cause, and what I really want to see is people marching for this ludicrous lockdown we've had for 2 or 3 months, and it's still in the phases. That's why we should be marching on right now, because this COVID bullshit is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. It has destroyed a lot of people. It's destroyed a lot of businesses. And shame on you. Shame on the world. And shame on the mayor of Calgary, because he's just reading a script. And shame on Mr. Trudeau, who's reading another script. If you guys did your research, if you guys knew what was happening and tell the people the truth, wouldn't be in this situation. Wouldn't be in this situation at all. I don't know if they lost, but people I work with, good people, because of this ridiculous thing. They're saying the cases are going up and stuff. I don't see it. You guys keep going out. If you're healthy, and you don't feel any of the symptom stuff, go out, enjoy yourself, enjoy life. There's no way you're just sitting down and worrying about stuff, because that's the stuff which will kill you. Shame on those guys. Do I want to make a march out of it? I wish I could. But I just want to see how many other people are awake for me to do that. But all in all, here's my rant for today. And all I gotta say is we're in it. We're in for a very, very intense end of the year. We're halfway through this 2020. It's gonna get even more intense. Going to be more harder. We're gonna see a lot of change for the better. Because I just think that right now we're in the middle. Yeah, we're in the middle of this big storm, but there's going to be sunshine at the end. And there's going to be a lot of people who are going to be exposed. And basically lots of people who's going to have this aha moment. And we can continue on doing what we're doing. So, we're good. We're good. I'm not worried. We're good. I'm very optimistic. We're good as a people. This little setback of the COVID situation, it's like I said, I'll tell you this right now, it's just going to disappear. Because we're the people of information now. I'd say about 3 or 4 months down the line, this is going to be yesterday's news. The narrative is breaking. And I'll tell you this right now, it's breaking because there's so many situations I see that they're trying to tell you that this virus is supposed to be the end all and be all, and we need to be careful. While certain events are going on around my city, around the world, rallies, protests, but of course, COVID. Watch out for COVID. But I guess you're immune to COVID if you protest or you go to a rally. But you're not immune to COVID when you go to church or you gather around for a drink with the buddies. You're not immune to it. Hopefully you guys see that. This is a double standard. It's ridiculous. We need to use our brains and really get down to why they're pushing this. Why they're pushing this. The world's shifting. It's shifting faster than we know. And the biggest thing about this shift is there's a lot of people who have been in power for so long that they want to hang on so badly because the system has been working for them. But with all this stuff, the riots, the protests, the viruses, all this stuff is just unraveling. And it's unraveling them. And they can't keep control of it. It's like they made this monster thinking they're gonna take out certain leaders, and they created this monster, but this monster looks like it's turning on them instead. And when it does turn on them, then won't see what they are. They're just a bunch of cowards who want to control people. They don't have it, and it looks like people are not letting them do that. And you're gonna see it coming to fruition. And I can't wait to see that. This is Woman from Cadence Radio. This is my rant for today. And click if you like this video. Click to share this video. But I just want to speak out some truth there. All right. Peace.